Hmm. Hey guys, welcome to the live Q&A. I have a session pulled up right now from an artist named Slaz. Feel free to just type stuff in the chat box. I want to answer all your questions. If there's a way I can answer your question that is, showing you in the session, then I will. Definitely willing to show some tips and tricks along the way. So, yeah, just ask away. I'm going to do my thing.
See the signs, pack your bags, you better run. When karma comes, she won't be as forgiving as me. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. We need more than a score to settle this. Let's just say what's coming for you isn't heaven sent. I hope you're comfortable, cause we both know you're settling. Chasing things in your dreams, backpedaling. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Girl, you switch faces like 1031. So quick you switch places like you know you've always done. So when you see the signs, pack your bags, you better run. When karma comes, she won't be as forgiving as me. I don't wanna feel this anymore.
Yeah, so got a couple people watching. If you guys have any questions about anything audio related, vocals obviously is my specialty, but I'm willing to answer anything audio related.
I hope you're comfortable, cause we both know you're settling. Chasing things in your dreams, backpedaling. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Girl, you switch faces like 1031. So quick you switch places like you. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping.
Yeah, so one thing I get asked a lot is how to just make vocals sit in the mix well. So a lot of that comes with controlling your low mids, as you could see with like an EQ like this, cutting some low mids, cutting some of those honky frequencies. This is like 600 hertz. Those frequencies can make it really like a vocal less tight. Oh, cool. We got a question. Should we send the reverb and the delay through to the mono verse insert or stereo verse bus? Trying to understand what you're asking. Yeah, normally all my effects I do stereo. I don't really like mono effects, especially like reverb. With a mono reverb, it's just sounding like the reverb's just directly behind the vocal instead of like a nice wide image. But so for a mono verse, I would send to a stereo delay, stereo reverb. And sometimes I even use like a stereo widener on the reverb and delay just to make it more just wider. I didn't hear, but so yeah, this is my stereo reverb, stereo delay. Sometimes I can add, let me see, like a side widener.
31, so quick you switch. Feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this.
I'm just turning it up so you can hear the reverb more.
Feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore.
Yeah, widening the reverb can be a really great trick and make more room for the vocal in general. So if you're pushing out the reverb to the sides, it can make the vocal just even more focused in the center. But thanks for your question.
Feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. Don't wanna know you anymore.
If you guys want to check out this song, this is Karma by Slaz. Look that up on Spotify.
Be as forgiving as me. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't.
So yeah, I'll give some more time for some more people to show up. I know it's Saturday, but wanted to do it where I thought maybe more people would be available off work maybe.
Out your hands and then I grow for you. Know the snakes in the grass, so you let me on. I'm such a
Yeah, fresh air is a huge difference. Check it out without.
you let me on. I'm such a fool for you. Drank the water.
That's a crazy plugin. Free plugin too. I will add.
You let me on.
Free plugin, 2 knobs. I don't usually like to go too crazy with them, but using your ears and just kind of dialing it in like just tastefully is the way I like to go about it.
You let me on. I'm such a fool for you. Drank the water out your hands and then I grew for you. Know the snakes in.
Cool. Any questions, just write them in the chat. I will answer them and thoroughly explain my thoughts.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't.
Just a little tip on mid-range and vocals. I like to really find spots that are just jumping out at me. So in this case, it was like 350 hertz. and 1000 hertz. So I like to just compress those areas. You can see how they're being compressed.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on.
If I turn it off, you could probably hear the difference.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound as smooth.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you say. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore.
And yeah, with backing vocals or like doubles and stuff, I like to usually, sometimes I'll go with the same settings as the main vocal, but other times I'll just dial it back to where I'm not doing as much processing. I find that less processing on the backing vocals can be nice.
I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score.
Yeah, so I mean, if there's any questions of videos that you guys have watched that I've put out a lot of videos. Questions about stuff you're struggling with, recording, mixing, editing, software recommendations, microphone recommendations, anything like that, just to give you some ideas.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. We need more than a score to settle this. Let's just say what's coming for you isn't heaven sent. I hope you're comfortable, cause we both know you're settling, chasing things in your dreams, backpedaling. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Girl, you switch faces like 10:31. So quick you switch places like you know you've always done. So when you see the signs, pack your bags, you better run. When karma comes, she won't be as forgiving as me. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you. I don't feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't.
Emo Con, if you have any other questions, just let me know. I'm here to answer whatever you need.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't.
So, yeah, I didn't compress much with this vocal.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score.
It's like I was getting like maybe 5 dB total, but I am compressing a bit with the multiband compression.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore.
It's kind of muddy right there.
Think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore.
Cleans it up nice.
I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't
So in this song, I did quite a few EQ cuts. I don't always do this many cuts, but there was a few frequencies that was popping out at me.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore.
So let's see. So yeah, it looks like I added like some chestiness around 116 hertz. Cut some mud around 250. Cut some 690, which earlier I cut some 600, and there must have just been a lot of stuff in that area. And then a big narrow cut at 5400 hertz.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore.
Yeah, that was just a really harsh frequency. And then 8500, probably just some bad sibilance that I was getting rid of.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. We need more than a score to settle this. Let's just say what's coming for you isn't heaven sent. I hope you're comfortable, cause we both know you're settling, chasing things in your dreams, backpedaling. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Love can be a scary thing.
Ask me anything you guys want. Anything you want related to audio. Definitely wanted to just open the floor to be able to help you guys any way I can with your recordings, with your mixes.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. We need more than a
Yeah, so I get a lot of questions about how to hear frequencies. You know, how do you know what it is? What does 250 sound like? What does 500 sound like? There's really descriptions for a lot of them. You know, like 120 would be that chestiness, kind of like the rumble from like a jet. 250 would be kind of like a muffled sound, like if you were to talk with a pillow in front of your face, like that just really muffled low mid sound. 500 hertz can sound like very hollow. I kind of compare it to if you were like talking through a tube. 1K is that telephone sound, like, you know, when you're on the phone and like the voice sounds really thin and telephonic. 2K is considered very edgy. So I actually have a whole ear training course or module inside of my course, the Vocal Mixing Masterclass, that kind of tests you and quizzes you and goes through everything, teaching you. Because if you don't know what these things sound like, it's going to be hard to get out an EQ and cut these things or know where things are. So Looks like we got a few people in here, so just ask away. Don't be afraid.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't.
With a de-esser, little tip here. Full of tips right now. This little speaker thing, you can click it and hear exactly what this frequency is set at. So if this is set at this frequency right here, if you click that, you can hear that frequency. And this can help, so you can really just dial this around to really find where those nasty S's are. So that nasty sibilance.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. Let me on, I'm such a fool for you. Drink the water.
See, when you click that, you can hear directly like what we're actually compressing here.
I'm such a fool for you. Drank the water out your hands and then I grew for you. Know the snakes in the grass, so I watch all my steps. All along you gave me fruit and you were watching my neck. Girl, you switch faces. Always done. So when you see the signs, pack your bags, you better run. When karma comes, she won't be.
In this mix, I did some parallel EQ. And so I used the Sheps 73. And I actually clicked the drive on. So I'm like, it's kind of like a parallel EQ and distortion.
Always done. So when you see the signs, pack your bags, you better run.
Just adds like this color to it. It's like cutting frequency.
Always done.
So I boosted around 1.6, kind of that telephone sound that it can really kind of help mixed in with the vocal. You wouldn't want to make a boost like that directly on the vocal, but since this is in parallel, it's like a way to add some harmonics to the main vocal.
Always done. So when you see the sun.
And then I like cut off everything below 300, so there's like no low end. It's just like a really mid-range vocal that's distorted.
Always done. So when you see the signs, pack your bags, you better run. When karma comes. Always done. So when you see the signs, pack your bags, you better run.
Yeah, it brings the vocal forward. It kind of clears up any muddiness that's going on.
Always done. So when you see the signs, pack your bags, you better run. When karma comes, she won't be as forgiving as me. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. We need switch faces like anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore.
I don't know if you guys have ever tried this reverb plugin, but this comes with the Native Instruments Complete bundle. This is a very crazy reverb. Definitely something to look into.
You anymore.
And that's the reverb you can hear on those vocals right there.
You anymore. Don't wanna know you anymore.
On those low vocals, you can hear it. Really, really cool reverb.
Think I know you anymore. We need more than a score to settle this. Let's just say what's coming for you isn't heaven sent. I hope you're comfortable, cause we both know you're settling. Chasing things in your dreams, backpedaling. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Girl, you switch faces like 1031.
You guys aren't giving me nothing to do.
I'm such a fool for you. Drank the water out your hands and then I grew for you. Know the snakes in the grass, so I watch all my steps. All along you gave me fruit and you were watching my neck. Girl, you switch faces like 1031. So quick you switch places like you know you've always done. So when you see the signs, pack your bags, you better run. When karma comes, she won't be as forgiving as me. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't.
Yeah, well, even with no questions, I mean, for the people watching this later, I'm definitely trying to add value and just show you the behind the scenes of a mix that I did. So maybe this will help you still.
Be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary.
This is Waves Doubler. This basically makes a copy of the vocal, and it actually makes 4 copies of the vocal, and slightly delays them, detunes them, and you can add, like, you can shift an octave down, you can do like a rate, like more like a chorus effect. It's pretty much similar to a chorus, like a chorus plugin, but this is going to really make the vocals more wet without reverb, and thicker and just more prominent. To me, it adds some thickness in the low mids. That's why you want to kind of, if you are using this, you want to be careful with the actual low mids in your vocal, because once you add this, it kind of adds some back.
Be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Love can
You don't want to go too overboard. See if I crank it up.
be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one.
It's too much. It sounds too much like an effect.
Be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Girl, you switch faces like 1031. So quick you switch places like you know you've always done.
So I don't know too much about YouTube Live yet. Kind of new to it, but I believe if you watch this later, you can still write in the chat and stuff. So for the people watching this later, go ahead and write questions and I'll respond.
Be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Girl, you switch faces like 1031. So quick you switch places like you know you've always done. So when you see the signs, pack your bags, you better run. When karma comes, she won't be as forgiving as me. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I
So for those delay throws, I'm using the replica, which comes from it's the same bundle that the reverb I just showed you came from. It's the Native Instruments Complete. It's pretty cool plugin. You can, a couple different modes in it. Low cut, high cut, saturation. So I was doing a delay throw, like I was automating the ends. You can hear it.
I don't wanna keep a score. I don't anymore.
Oh, actually, I didn't have to automate it. It's just this track only had a couple words on it, so I just threw it right on there.
Anymore. I don't wanna keep.
But it really fills in those gaps, you know, without that.
More. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you.
Yeah, it's just a little empty, so it fills it up nice.
More. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't.
Yeah, it's little ear candy stuff like that that's really going to take your mix to the next level. Because there's a lot of just gaps to fill in music and mixing, and things like delay, reverbs can really be your friend, especially if you know how to do it to where it's not too much. I'll show you another plugin. This is a free plugin. I've actually just talked about this in a video, but this ducking knob can be really cool. So you can do like a crazy effect, but then duck it to where whenever the vocal's going, it's like ducking back. Stuff like that's good. You definitely want to not have the effects too out of hand, but wherever there's space in the song, like the effect should be very prominent, at least in my opinion. Cool. Questions. Let me know what you guys got. I'm probably going to stick around here for another 20 minutes or so. So whatever you guys got for questions, let me know.
As forgiving as me, I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep battling. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Girl, you switch faces like 1031. So quick you switch places like you know you've always done. So when you see the signs, pack your bags, you better run. When karma comes, she won't be as forgiving as me. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore.
Yeah, so as you can see, all the parallel or effects I'm doing is right here. It's just 4. So we got a doubler, parallel EQ, reverb, and delay. So if we take those away, show you what we're working with without these effects.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore.
Mookie, what's up, man? You got any questions, bro? Good to hear from you. Hopefully I can mix some of your stuff soon. I know you're probably cooking something up.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna
So yeah, that was a big difference between those effects.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't.
Yeah, you can hear like all the width is gone. Cool, man. Looking forward to that, bro.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score.
That really opens it up like crazy. So that's just the waves doubler, parallel EQ, reverb with the stereo widener on it, and delay.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't want.
Hey, what's up, Teddy? Long time, bro. You guys still doing anything? Your band?
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't.
You got any questions, man? Just drop it. Now I'll be sure to answer you.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't.
So for the people that just tuned in, this is an artist called Slaz. His song called Karma. And this is the mix that I pulled up. I did lots of cool effects. His voice is really cool with all these effects and what I did to kind of smooth out his voice.
I don't wanna feel this anymore.
Oh, okay, cool. So you got a new band, Desecrate Fate. I'm not in Bedford. I'm actually in Stowe. I'm doing things remotely, but I am using a studio in Stowe. If you guys wanted to record, we can set something up if you want. But yeah, I mainly do mixing and mastering for people, so people will just record and then email me stuff and I mix it. But I'm definitely open to do some recording if you guys need help with anything.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep.
Okay. I should show you guys what it sounds like without the plugins.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Teddy. Yeah, looking forward to it, man. Just hit me up whenever you want. My email is vibestudiosmixing@gmail.com for all that type of stuff. So. So you can hear that's a huge difference right there.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't.
So that's directly coming from the mic. Like that's what the mic sounds like, which, yeah, it doesn't sound nearly as good. Mics on their own before plugins, even kind of more expensive mics, don't sound the greatest because they're not compressing anything. the EQ curve on the mic. I actually have a video coming out this coming Monday, finding the right microphone for your voice. And like, you want to find one that has an EQ curve that kind of complements your voice. But a lot of times you'll be using a mic that's not necessarily complementing your voice, and it can sound, bad.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score.
But no matter what, I make it work with plugins. So plugins are the magic sauce if you know what you're doing. But if you watch my content, you'll know exactly what you're doing.
We need more than a score to settle this. Let's just say what's coming for you isn't heaven sent. I hope you're comfortable, cause we both know you're settling. We need more than a score to settle this. Let's just say what's coming for you isn't heaven sent.
Okay, so I just bypassed the multi-band compressor, the first one, the dynamic EQ, and the second multi-band compressor.
We need more than a score to settle this. Let's just say what's coming for you isn't heaven sent. I hope you're comfortable, cause we both know you're settling. Chasing things in your dreams, backpedaling.
Yeah, doesn't sound nearly as smooth. So we're getting a lot of that smooth in the pocket sound from these three plugins.
We need more than a score to settle this. Let's just say what's coming for you isn't heaven sent. I hope you're comfortable, cause we both know you're settling. Chasing things in your dreams, backpedaling. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you were a scary one. You're all three, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Love can be a scary thing. Girl, you...
Cool. Anybody else got some questions? There's a few of you in the group.
You let me on, I'm such a fool for you. Drank the water out your hands and then I grew for you. Know the snakes in the grass, so I watch all my steps. All along you gave me fruit and you were watching my neck. Girl, you switch faces. We need more than a score to settle this. Let's just say what's coming for you isn't heaven sent. I hope you're comfortable, cause we both know you're...
So recently I talked about multiple de-essers. So in this song I have two of them. And then also in my dynamic EQ, I did some more compressing at 8K, which is where sibilance is. So kind of like 3 de-essers. Kind of like 3 de-essers. Yeah, I do not like sibilance in vocals very much, because once you start cranking it up, like once it's all mastered, and mastering too is going to bring out the sibilance. So once things are mastered and you got that full loud volume, at the end of the day, those S's are going to be like knife blades cutting into your ears. So I definitely like to keep them at bay.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't believe the things.
Yeah, I got my mastering chain off right now because it causes too much latency and delay with the streaming. But this is the loudness plugin that I use, Loudness Meter. The WLM by Waves. So this is going to show you your LUFS. That's how you're measuring loudness. So depending on what I'm working on, I like to get, if it's something that needs to be really loud, like a dance pop track or just a pop track or something like that, I like to get around -8 RMS, but sometimes I push it even further to like -6 if the client wants it that way. And then for like things like rock and stuff that's just harder to get up there, because with rock, if you're getting way up there, sometimes it can sound a little bit squashed. So, but I at least want to get like -11 luffs. Some say with streaming you want -14, but I've read a lot of studies that when you get your master at -14, it sounds quieter than masters that were mastered louder than that, and then Spotify normalized it down to -14. So even though they're both -14, the one that was mastered louder in the first place sounds louder. So probably just because of perceived loudness. So I just use my ears. At the end of the day, I don't get too hung up on numbers, but I like to kind of have it in a certain range just to give me an idea. Because something might sound great and it's -20 luffs, and that's way too quiet. So at the end of the day, you have to still sound almost as loud or in the same ballpark as your competition.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. Don't wanna know you anymore.
Yeah. So once again, if you're tuning into this at in the future and you missed this live today, feel free to write in the chat, or maybe it's comments. I'm not sure how that works with YouTube, but definitely ask away. I want to still help you even if you couldn't tune in.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. Don't wanna know you anymore. Don't wanna know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore. I don't think I know you anymore.
Yeah. So I did the production on this song, which is cool. I love doing productions.
It's me. I don't wanna feel the same.
So this is the kick drum. I don't talk too much about production, but I do plan on moving more in that direction eventually. It's just my my vocal content seems to do much better, but I still want to touch base on some of these things.
It's me. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep on keeping score. I don't believe the things you swore.
So it looks like with this kick sample, because that's a sample from my sample library. With this kick sample, I took a shelf and just cut everything above 8K by a few dB, and then also cut 3.5. So 3.5 is like that kind of harsh area that kind of makes a kick sample sound. Not all kick samples, but sometimes it can sound cheap. So if you cut that high mids a little bit, it can, you know, make it sound less cheap, less plasticky and straight out the sample box, and more like a little bit more organic. But yeah, so I'm always trying to make kick samples or snare samples sound a little bit more organic, more like it's like a real instrument. So that's the kick.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't.
Oh, with the bass, what I'm doing. Oh, this plugin was delayed. This is called Track Spacer. And what this does is you can send from something else. So I'm sending from the kick drum. And so every time the kick drum hits, this track spacer on the bass is like ducking out the bass guitar just a little bit so that kick comes through. So this kind of method can really help two instruments that are in the same range. So a kick drum and a bass guitar, or maybe vocals and guitars. Anything that kind of shares that same area. So yeah, so I did that to make the kick and the bass get along pretty well.
Me, I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't.
Kind of gets muddy.
Keep a score.
It's like they're crammed.
I don't believe the things you swore. I don't.
And if you're listening with headphones, you could tell it cleared up as soon as I put the track spacer on. Yep, and then I did the same kind of thing. I routed all of the production and instruments to an instrument mix. And then I put on the R comp and I'm ducking out. I'm sending vocals to the key input and I'm ducking out every time the vocal hits.
I don't wanna feel this anymore. I don't wanna keep a score. I don't.
So vocals are having more space by ducking that out, which I've taught that in videos. But okay, well, been on here for around an hour or so. Feel free to check out my Vocal Mixing Masterclass. It's definitely very in-depth and can be very helpful for you if you're trying to learn. So, link to that can be found in the description of pretty much any of my new videos. I can't remember if I put it in this video. So, yeah, check that out. Also, there's the free mini course that's for pitch correction. It's a pitch correction mini course. It's actually a sample from the Vocal Mixing Masterclass, so you can get a sample size of it. And yeah, so that's free. I just need your email. Yeah, so feel free to check those out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And like I said, if you're tuning in at a later time, ask away. But it was good showing you guys some tips, and I'm out.